You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rudrance for Black and White Sports 2. Well, there's certain franchises that seem to have gotten their shit together for a couple of years, and now they're sort of back to being dumpster fires. Arizona Cardinals seems to be steamrolling back to dumpster fire status. Wow. This came out this morning, and I was like, holy shit. It seems a lot of the things that we've been talking about involving Kyler Murray, for lack of a better way of putting it, being a selfish, spoiled brat, may be true, and it seems Arizona, the actual organization, may have played a role there by paying him. I mean, plain and simple, now we've got an actual Arizona Cardinal teammate that has come out anonymously and destroyed Kyler Murray. This is bad. The quarterback has lost the locker room. I don't know if we got another Zach Wilson situation or what. I've said, remember all the backlash about Kyler Murray's contract? They put a study clause in there. Everybody screamed racism. And I'm thinking to myself, but there's a reason why Arizona put it in there. Obviously, he's got some study problems, and they're concerned about that when they're paying him $240 million. He's not doing his job. Well, we've got that pretty much confirmed now. It is confirmed. I mean, he's already gotten rid of Cliff Kingsbury. By the way, Cliff's going to get some offensive coordinator looks. He is. Watch out in New England right now. Or he'll get a head coaching job. It seems the Cardinals might have themselves a coach killer on their hands. Steve Keim is down the road. We're still waiting on that scandal that may or may not pop off out there. It's a nightmare. It's turning into a nightmare. New York Post. Kyler Murray slammed by anonymous Cardinals teammate. Created a monster. It sounds like this guy is a pompous ass, and he is seriously full of himself. Man, teammates, to have a teammate come out and slam you as the quarterback of the team, that's a horrible sign. And that's not all. And we'll get to this, but I'll just give you a little preview. Brian Flores is interviewing for that head coaching job. It's just going right off a cliff. Right off a cliff. The Arizona Cardinals cleaned house after a 2022 season ended, firing head coach Cliff Kingsbury, watching general manager Steve Keim walk away due to health reasons. The only major holdover is quarterback Kyler Murray, whom the team signed to a 5-year, $230 million deal in the offseason. I mean, there's no end in sight on that deal right now. It's Russell Wilson nightmarish. It truly is. According to one anonymous Cardinals veteran, that huge extension may not have been a great idea. Quote, it was like they created a monster, the player told Bally Sports. According to the report, Murray, 25, quote, felt less compulsion to study his game plan or to fulfill the expectations of the franchise quarterback than he had in the past. For that reason, the Cardinals collapsed in 2022, in which they finished 4-13 after making the playoffs. Quote, felt predictable. Right after Murray signed his contract, it was discovered that the Cardinals had put in an additional fine print clause that required him to complete 4 hours of, quote, independent study each game week, where he studied the playbook. If I was a NFL organization, I would have this clause in every contract for every player across the league. You're going to do your homework like you should as an NFL player, or you're not going to be an NFL player. That would just be part of it. It was an unprecedented addition for an NFL contract, and just about everyone involved looking bad. The team ended up removing the clause. I don't know what looks so bad about it. I truly don't get it. Perhaps removing The independent study requirement may have been a bad idea, you don't say. It has also been reported that Murray and Cliff Kingsbury's relationship had started to sour throughout the trying season. The team fired the coach on Monday after the regular season ended. My God, Brian Flores and Kyler Murray may be made for each other. Murray suffered a torn ACL at the end of the 2022 season, may not be ready to return for 2023. If he does, his mobility, a huge part of his game, may be affected. The Bally report suggested that Murray may not be compelled to push himself too hard in his return from injury, which could leave the team scrambling for answers at the quarterback position. It's certainly not the easiest sell for a team that is looking for a new head coach and a general manager. Wow. I mean, what a nightmare. What a true nightmare. And let's flip over and we will look. It's just getting worse for the Cardinals. Cardinals request interview with Brian Flores for a head coaching vacancy. You know, the guy that's suing the league because the league that has made more black men generational wealth is supposedly racist. Nuts. Browns interviewed Steelers linebackers coach and senior defensive assistant Brian Flores for their defensive coordinator vacancy this week, and the Cardinals would like to speak to him about a different position. Ian Rappaport of NFL Media reports the Cardinals have requested permission to interview Flores for their head coaching job. I can tell you, it just feels like he's about to get this job. Flores, now that I know he's going to interview for it, Flores went 24-25 over 3 seasons with the Dolphins before being fired in 2021. Flores had other head coaching interviews after being dismissed, but did not land any of the positions. Flores filed a lawsuit against the NFL, the Dolphins, and other teams alleging racial discrimination in hiring practices a short time after being fired, and former Cardinals head coach Steve Wilks later signed on to the lawsuit by making the same allegation about the Cardinals firing him after 1 year on the job. Oh, God, the stars are aligning. The stars are aligning. Steve Wilks is part of the lawsuit. The Cardinals can hire Brian Flores, which is going to start scrubbing the, oh, my God, we're not racism card. This franchise is fixing to fall into oblivion. The Cardinals have been conducting interviews for their general manager opening ahead of any head coach conversations. They have received permission to speak with Sean Payton. That's your hire right there if you can get him. And defensive coordinator Vance Joseph is expected to interview for the job. God, he's awful. He truly is. Vance Joseph. Oh, my God. That's crazy. Just bring back Steve Wilks. I mean, hell, why not? I mean, just light the sumbitch on fire. Pour gas on it and light it on fire. Do you know how bad things have to be for an anonymous teammate, any teammate, to come out and slam the quarterback and blatantly say the sumbitch is lazy now that he finally got paid? He quit work. Wow. Wow. Cardinals are getting sued by Steve Wilks. Brian Flores is getting an interview. Oh, my God. Maybe Brian Flores and Kyler Murray will have some kind of connection, and he'll save Kyler Murray. Really? I hope people really don't believe that. Wow. It just gets worse and worse in Arizona. You know, if I was out there, honestly, I would do something like hire Sean Payton and sign Jimmy Garoppolo. All Jimmy does is win. He's familiar with the division. You got a couple of weapons on that team, even though it's my understanding DeAndre Hopkins may want to be traded. Yikes. And sign Sean Payton and you go out and win 10, 11 games next year. You know, I mean, just that quick. Just that quick. I mean, prove you want to be a stable organization. Just understand it's a dumpster fire. You're going to eat the money from Kyler, right? Try to work something out where maybe you do some offset salary and trade Kyler to somebody who's willing to take him, even though the feeling around the NFL by about half the teams is he's automatically off their list because of his size and was never on their list. Yeah, even while he was coming out of Oklahoma, half the teams in the league were like, no, we wouldn't want him if we were eligible to get him because he's not big enough. Wow. And Brian Flores is suing the league, and the Cardinals want to interview him. Let me know how that works out. What a dumpster fire. The Cardinals were like an organization that was sort of trending up, and then the wheels fell off. All of it still stems from the quarterback. It all does. Your quarterback is going to be a coach killer, potentially. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.